We all have that dream, right? That perfect picture of retirement. Maybe it's kicking back on a sunny beach, maybe it's the buzz of a big city, or maybe it's just a quiet cabin somewhere peaceful. But turning that dream into your actual life, well, that all starts with one really practical question.
So, what's the magic number? I mean, the number that actually unlocks that dream. Is it $1 million? Is it more? Could it possibly be less? You might be surprised to hear that the answer? Well, it isn't really a number at all. It's a place.
Yeah, the amount you need to save isn't some single target you have to hit. It's much more like a huge, wide spectrum. And the single biggest factor that decides where you're going to land on that spectrum, it's probably way simpler than you're thinking. Okay, so here it is. It all comes down to one simple word: location. Yep, where you choose to live is going to have a bigger impact on your retirement savings than pretty much anything else. And to see just how massive that difference can be, let's dive into a tale of two very different retirements. So you're probably asking why? Why is the difference so huge? Well, it really just boils down to three main things. First, your everyday costs, housing, food, getting around. Second, the quality and the price of healthcare. And third, all the nitty-gritty stuff like visas and taxes for retirees. To really get how wide the spectrum is, we got to look at the two extremes. On one side, you've got what you might call an affordable paradise, like Malaysia, a super modern country with a surprisingly low cost of living. And on the complete other end, premium perfection. We're talking about Switzerland, which offers an incredible quality of life, but it definitely comes with a premium price tag. All right, let's put some real numbers on this. For a comfortable 20-year retirement in Malaysia, you're looking at a savings goal of about $430,000. I mean, for a lot of us, that number might actually feel doable, right? Okay, so what do you get for that price? Well, you get an incredibly affordable day-to-day life, you get access to top-notch healthcare that doesn't break the bank, and fantastic infrastructure. Oh, and the food is absolutely incredible. Yeah, there's a reason it's such a popular choice. Now, okay, take a deep breath. Let's swing all the way to the other end of the spectrum. To live that premium Swiss retirement for those same 20 years, you're going to need a nest egg of about $1.2 million. Yup, that's nearly 3 times as much as retiring in Malaysia. So why the huge price tag? What are you paying for? Well, you're essentially buying into some of the world's best safety and stability. You get that breathtaking natural beauty and a level of just clean, efficient living that's pretty much unmatched anywhere on Earth. Okay, so we've got our two bookends, right? The affordable paradise and the premium peak. But obviously there's a whole world of options that fall somewhere in between. So let's fill in the gaps and explore that spectrum a bit more. All right, check this out. Here's that spectrum in a nutshell. You've got Malaysia holding down the fort on the low end, around $430,000. Then, as you move up, you hit these really popular spots like Panama and Greece, both of them hovering right around that $500,000 mark. Then, see that big jump? That's when you get to places like Australia, which brings us closer to that top tier, right before we hit Switzerland at the very top. So here's the big takeaway from all this. There is no magic retirement number. It just doesn't exist. Your number, the one you need to aim for, comes down to two things: the lifestyle you want and, even more importantly, where you decide to live that life. Okay, this is all great, but let's make it personal. How do you figure out your number? Well, the good news is it's actually not that complicated. It's a pretty simple calculation, really. It's just 3 simple steps. First, you got to estimate your ideal monthly budget. So, for example, say you've got your heart set on Greece. Based on our chart, you'd probably budget around, what, $2,250 a month? Okay. Step 2, you just multiply that by 12. That gets you your annual cost, $27,000. And finally, step 3, you multiply that by how long you plan to be retired. Let's go with 20 years. And boom, there's your baseline savings goal, $540,000. But wait, don't stop there. Here's a really important pro tip. Whatever number you land on, add 20% to it. Think of it as a safety buffer, because, life happens. This extra cushion is what's going to save you when you run into unexpected stuff like inflation, medical emergencies, or even just the currency rates changing on you. So let's bring it all together. As we've seen, the dream of retiring abroad isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. It's totally possible, but on a huge range of budgets. Depending on where you go, you might need less than $500,000, or you might need well over $1 million. The choice, ultimately, is yours. And that really just leaves one big question for you to think about. When you picture your own perfect retirement, the location, the lifestyle, the whole shebang, what's its number?